All right, all right, all right. All right, my phone died, so my charger didn't want to turn on and start charging everything. So I had to reset, and what a pain in the ass. But we're back. We're on the way home now. One big fish. Nothing to write home about, but I guess it was a decent fish. For California standards, it wasn't that great. For Texas and Florida, it wasn't that great. For the rest of the country, it was a fucking lunker. But we got a whole different breed of fish out here, man. They get big, 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 and they feed our fish out here trout. So what they do out here in the wintertime is they stock trout in these lakes, and they stock these trout that are half a pound, half to 3/4 of a pound. So they're just perfect size for the bass to eat. I thought that was a snake. It's a crack in the road. A bunch of woodpeckers. I got all these freaking day passes from the lake all over my dashboard. Oh God, I hate these fucking speed bumps they put in here. They're so sharp that it bounces the boat on the trailer. Oh, I got a whole pile of lake passes here. So it's $5 to park. It's $11 to launch your boat, and it's $11 for your fishing permit for the lake, on top of my fucking $90 I pay every year for a license. So every time I come out, it's a minimum of $26. I'm sorry, $27, which is just ridiculous. And then the city wants to close down some of our lakes during the week. Which would be absolutely dangerous, because that's going to push everybody that would be on the lake. Our lakes are only open 4 days a week here anyway, and they're only open sunrise to sunset. So, it just tells you how ass backwards California really is. This state sucks ass. Can't wait to get the hell out of this shithole. But the city-run lakes are managed by a third-party vendor, Rocky Mountain Enterprises or some shit, Rocky Mountain Concessions, whatever it is, Rocky Mountain something or another, runs all of the city-owned lakes in San Diego. So when you go pay your lake fees and your boat launch fees and all that, it goes to this outside company. Well, the city's not making money on that, right? They get like a very, very small percentage of what this company's bringing in on the city-owned lakes. So the city's talking about, and they put the squash on it for this year, but what they want to do is they want to take all of the lakes in San Diego and shut them down Monday through Friday. The hiking trails, the playgrounds at the little parks, the lakes here will be completely closed to any and all activity Monday through Friday, and only open Saturday and Sunday from sunrise to sunset. Right now, a bunch of our lakes are open Thursday. Some are open Thursday through Monday. Some are open Friday through Sunday. Some are open like Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. What it's going to do if they do this whole thing where they want to shut everything down and only have things open on the weekends is going to create an issue where all of these people that would be fishing on these other days of the week or water skiing or whatever are all going to be on the lake at once. Our lakes are not that big. This is one of our bigger lakes here, and I can make it from one end to the other in like 4 minutes. It's also going to basically ban the people that not everybody works an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday schedule. Look at police and firefighters and paramedics and doctors and nurses, and they're working where they have like Tuesday, Wednesday off. Well, if you close the lakes and all the recreation areas Monday through Friday, then all of these people are asked out. They can't go enjoy what we're paying taxes to have. San Diego is just completely stupid. So anyway, that's enough about my rant bullshit. I really want to buy this property right here to my left. It's all old log cabin style property. There's like 20 different little like cabin buildings on it. Badass property. I'd love to own that. Actually, I'd love to own that property in a different state. I could probably find it in like, Tennessee or Kentucky or South Carolina for a fraction of the price here. So I was thinking about stopping at the malt shop here and getting a drink, but maybe I will. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. No, screw it. Oh, I got stuff at home. Plus, my battery charger on my phone's on the thing here, so I gotta leave the truck running to charge the battery. Man, all in all, it was a decent day. I mean, I only caught one fish, but it was a good fish. It was a real good fish. So it's OGJ. What's happening, brother? I don't know if you were here earlier when I caught my fishes, but I only got one today. I was on a lunker hunt today. I was throwing big swim baits. I threw the donkey rig, obviously. I don't care where I'm fishing, I'm gonna throw the donkey rig. But I'll take that one good fish over a bunch of dinks. Amen, brother. I got 2 bites today. One was on a 9-inch Huddleston, and that was out by the dam in deep water. I was letting that Huddleston, I was dragging that through about 20 feet of water. It was down about 20 feet. Right off of a real big, gnarly riprap, brush-covered, just absolute freaking slop of a mess in the lake of snags and hang-ups and rocks and, bass paradise, basically. I got absolutely hammered over there. I was throwing out on my saltwater jig stick, which is that rod's rated 50 to 100 pound. That's what I use to throw, my big heavy surface irons and all that for tuna and yellowtail. And whatever railed on that Huddleston that I was throwing on that rod, I actually bent that rod and took some drag off of that reel, which I was surprised. Freaking freshwater fish taking a drag off of a saltwater reel. But I fought him for a good couple of minutes. He was a big fish. He was definitely he was a teener for sure. He was in the teens. He wrapped me into something and it just sawed me off like crazy. So, hey, Salmon, what's up, brother? I'm putting YouTube to work today, man. Fucking start, stop. Their fucking brakes are gonna go out here pretty quick. I think I'm on like what, number number 5, maybe 6. But yeah, OGJ, man, big swim baits or no baits, I agree. I throw smaller baits. I'm not opposed to catching 2-3 pound fish, but I want those 5s to Dottie. I want fucking Dottie. Dottie, unfortunately, God rest her soul, passed away, but I want to catch Dottie's fucking kids. Making changes? What do you mean they're making changes? I know they made a bunch of rule changes. Nobody under 16 is allowed to live stream anymore. I don't know what else is going on, but I don't do anything stupid. I mean, I do stupid shit, but upgrading. So is that why everything's all fucked up? Why, like, certain people can't get on their lives and chat freezes and all that? But yeah, I'm gonna roll up the window so I don't blast you guys with wind noise, because it's getting the speeds are picking up here on the road. Okay, cool. Hopefully it's just a temporary thing and they're updating their with us. So that's what I was saying, OGJ. Yeah, I was throwing big swim baits. Record at this lake that I was just fishing is 19 pounds. I triple verified that again today with good old George at the front office. 19.4 pounds. And I'm searching for a lake record. So that means I'm going to have to catch a 19.5 or better, which 19.5 pounds is a big bass. So it's going to take some of Dottie's offspring. Yeah, OGJ, I was on the boat all day, solo. I actually got to go out today on the boat by myself. I didn't have to take Dad. So I asked him last night if he wanted to go fishing, and he said he had some things he had to do today. So I was like, fuck it, I'm taking the boat. I scrambled. I wasn't done cleaning and packing all my gear and all that till like 1:30 in the morning. And I was going to try to be on the lake by 6. My alarm went off at 5. And when I heard that alarm, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm sleeping a little longer. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm sleeping. I only got fucking about 4.5 hours of sleep last night. And I ended up making it out here. I saw at like 8:35. So I missed the morning bite, but I fished pretty much most of the day. I was on a lunker hunt, man. I was hunting those fucking big dogs. I stared at the goddamn fish finder screen more today than I have in my entire career of fishing this lake. And I wasn't looking for fish. I was looking for basically fish hangouts. All those, you can't tell what fish is what on the fish finder. You see the little arches and little streaks and all that on the fish finder, and okay, that's a bigger fish, that's a small fish, whatever. And it'll tell you, like, how deep they are, but it doesn't tell you that, oh, there's fucking the lake record bass. That just tells you, hey, there's a bigger fish. And most of the bigger fish that I was seeing were most likely carp. I did have a cat rod in the water all day long. I brought one of my tuna rods, and I threw a Santee rig with a big ass chunk of mackerel. And I got nothing all day on that. I didn't get a single bite. I didn't get anything on the cat rod. I did end up switching over to a jig with a brush hog for a trailer. Black blue jig with a mini brush hog, 4-inch brush hog. And I got a nice bass. Just under 4.5 pounds. It was like 4.4. That was on I think it was the second live that I did today. And I'm going to, once that renders, I don't know what's going on lately with YouTube, but it sounds like they're doing a bunch of updates and shit to their software or whatever. Live videos are taking forever to render so that you can actually clip your shorts out of them. So once that renders, according to Josie, I actually got some great footage of catching that bass. And I got some great footage of him on camera. I got the fight, I got the hook up, I got landing him, and, you know, obviously showing him to the camera. Once I can render that live video, I will clip that and make a short. And pretty much that's the only fish I got today. But like I said, I was on a damn lunker hunt. So I did lose a $40 Huddleston on a fish. Now there's where I was fishing, I was down by the dam, one of the deepest parts of the lake. It's got a big, very steep drop off. It's all rocks and brush piles and trees. There's like full-size trees down there. Like, you see these oak trees I'm passing? There's full-size oak trees down under that water where I was fishing. And whatever I hooked into, it very well could have been a big-ass catfish. Bent my tuna rod, so I know it was a good weight fish to bend that rod. Bent me over, stripped off some drag. I made a little bit of progress on him, and then all of a sudden he just, I don't know if he like tied a goddamn Palomar knot around a rock for me, and or you know, did a few backflips around a tree branch or what, but he was going, and all of a sudden there was just no moving him. So I slacked off on him, thinking that, you know, maybe if he isn't a snag and I slack it off, let the pressure off of him. I knew I had him hooked good. I knew he was hooked good because I had, the way I fish, when I feel a bite, I'm not that guy that like reel down and then set the hook. I'm that guy that will actually open my reel for just a second on my bait caster and let him start pulling a little bit of line out of there. And then I'll lock that sumbitch down and swing for the fences and damn near rip that hook all the way through his head. So, and that's what I did with this one. And I knew right when the hook set that he was hooked. I knew it was a good hook set. So I'm 99% sure he went and did a couple like backflip double gainers around a freaking tree branch, and then, you know, swam around it and back through the loop, and, you know, tied some bunny ears around that line, and I wasn't going nowhere. I would have had to uproot that tree to get him out of there, and I ended up breaking off an 80-pound line. But I know for a fact he snagged me into something. I can't say he would have been 15-pound bass. I can't say he would have been a 3-pound bass because I didn't get to see him. But I can guarantee you that he was double digit. So he's down there somewhere with my big old freaking Huddleston stuck to his lip. So I'll go back in a couple days. And I'll do the same thing. I'm on a lunker hunt, man. I am on a lunker hunt. I have made the decision this year that I am not going to fish any other body of water on my boat except for this lake. I might go down to the bay. You know, I might go fish San Diego or Mission Bay. But I am keyed in on this lake 100% until I get that fucking lake record. Now, I want the lake record carp, I want the lake record catfish, and I want the lake record bass out of this lake. They say there's blue cats in here. I've never caught one. Biggest catfish I've caught out of here, and had I known at the time, look at this guy's truck, fucking Mr. Small Penis. Had I known at the time that they did not have a lake record on paper at this lake for catfish, I would have the lake record, because I did catch a 14-pound channel cat here. They have like the little board they post up in the office for the campground, so that all the people coming in to camp and fish can see, you know, what's being caught in the lake. The biggest catfish posted on that board is 9.6 pounds. So that 14 that I caught I could have technically registered that as the lake record. So I'll be doing that from now on. Every time I come out here, I'll have my bass rod in my hand, and I will have a cat rod set up. Just basically dead sticking a cat rod. Today I fished the catfish on a Santee rig. I think next time I'm just going to go straight Carolina rig. Big old heavy weight with a Carolina rig. So I gotta get a lake record out of here, man. And once I get the lake record, then I'll start naming the lake. But until then, I was the only boat on the water today. So when I can go to this lake and have the whole damn lake to myself on a Tuesday, I'm gonna try to keep it that way as long as possible. You know, who would not want a whole lake to themselves? Yeah, that's what I'm going to be using, is the egg weights. I got some 1/2 ounce and 1 ounce egg weights that I'll be using. And then big chunks of mackerel. I used probably about a 1 pound mackerel. 3 chunks of bait out of that mackerel. So nothing was actually eating, well, let me rephrase that. Something was eating the hell out of that bait, but it was nothing big enough to take that bait, like the whole bait. So I don't know if it was crawfish or, you know, bluegill or crappie or whatever down there, nibbling at that bait, eating it, you know, off of the hook, but nothing was able to take that whole bait in its mouth and swim away with it. And that's the fish I want. Gosh dang it, YouTube. Fix your stupid glitches already. Almost drum. Man, there's so many fish that everybody else has that we don't. We don't have drum, we don't have pike, we don't have walleye, we don't have muskie. We have, like, basically San Diego, you have panfish, you know, trout, bluegill, largemouth bass. There's one lake that they say has smallmouth bass. I've never caught one. Anybody have caught one? I've never seen anybody caught one. We have catfish, we have channel cat, damn YouTube. Now one lake up here, it's our highest mountain elevation lake. It's more of a trout fishery because of the elevation, and the water surface stays pretty cool all year. They say they have sturgeon. Now, I've been out there fishing that lake for 45 years and never once caught a sturgeon. So I think if they have sturgeon in that lake, they have like a sturgeon. But from what the people at the lake office tell me is that they've had sturgeon come in lately 2 to 3 feet. which means that the sturgeon are spawning in that lake. Because the majority of the sturgeon out there are 5 feet plus. So when they're getting sturgeon under 5 feet, then they know for a fact they're spawning in that lake. So that's a shallow water lake as well. From what I understand, the deepest point at the highest peak of the winter is like 30 feet. River dams. Oh, okay, yeah. And your dams, so when I think of a dam out here, I'm thinking like a hard wall freaking Hoover Dam style dam. You guys fish in the dams, they're more like a spillway, right? Like it's not an actual dam stopping the water. The water's still flowing over those dams, correct? Because like out here, you say a dam, and you're talking about like, you know, a 600-foot tall freaking brick wall at the end of the lake. Yeah, okay. I know I watch B lot, and he says he fishes the dam, and I noticed it was like spillways. So it's weird how with the different lingo in the different zones, like, you know, east, west, north, and south. It's also weird how like people call the same fish different names, or different fish by the same name. Like if I say Dorado, people out here automatically know that I'm talking about a mahi-mahi. But if you go to Florida, YouTube, you can do it. Come on. Somewhere they have a fish called Dorado, which looks more like a sucker fish. But then, like, people talk about skipjack, right? I guess in the Midwest, on the East Coast, skipjack is like a river herring. Out here, if you say skipjack, we automatically think little tuna. It's just kind of weird to me how different locations have so many different names. It's got to be a YouTube issue service right here. There is a cell tower right off of the side of the freeway here. So I'd never lose service. Wait, what'd you say, drama? Today, no joke. I went down a quarry and got a lure-back and a smallmouth. Oh, nice. 5. Oh, okay, nice. Nice. Oh, you need a scale? A new scale? I got the scale that hooks in the gill plate. It's just got the hook on it. I need to get the scale with the lip gripper, because I don't like having to hook up under their gill plate. Just in case something happens, you know, they thrash around and that hook gets up into their gill plate and rips the gill or something. You know, I don't like to kill the fish. You know, that 4.5 pound fish I caught today, I want to come next year and have them 6.5. And the year after that, 10.5, you know. I want some little kid to go out there and catch that thing and have it be a fish of a lifetime for him. There was, if you guys go back through my lives from today, I think my original one, I forgot what I titled it. Something like Hunting a Giant or Hunting something. Hunting the Lake Record, whatever. I think it might have been Chasing the Lake Record. I did that one, then that cut out, then I did Take 2. I believe Take 2, the title of that live today, is the one I caught that big bass on. And then I think it was Number 3, I think it was the third live stream of the day, because YouTube kept dropping my live stream. I think it was the third one of the day. Towards the end of that live, there was fish coming out of the water like mad. I mean, they were jumping all around. One actually smacked off the side of the boat. If anybody wants to go back and watch that and tell me if they can identify those fish, because to me, I would have thought, carp are the ones that roll the most and come up out of the water. I would have thought it was carp, but these fish were all under a pound. And they almost looked like they're panfish kind of a shape, like bluegill or crappie. I'm not a crappie fisherman. I don't fish for crappie. I don't know how they behave, because I don't pay attention to them whatsoever. I'm wondering if maybe it was crappie that were popping out of the water, or some kind of panfish, because they didn't look like the carp. Carp, you can tell they're like a big, giant, scaly ass looking goldfish. So I don't know what it was, but if anybody wants to watch that, see if they can identify those, drop me a comment and let me know. Oh, is that those, what are those the ones? Are those Asian carp that like jump in the boat and freaking hit people in the head and shit? Dude, carp get huge. Carp get really big. I need to start targeting them more at this lake. I threw a couple of bread balls, but nothing was wanting it. So I need to figure out something different out here for the carp. Man, the sunset, even though the sunset is behind me, because I'm facing east, even though the sunset's behind me, it still looks pretty badass out in front of me. I'm actually doing the speed limit here. Well, I'm doing 5 over. But I'm coasting down this hill, trying to save gas. Silver carp. Okay, cool. Cool. Henry Walters, what'd you retract there, buddy? Oh, man. What a day. I'm cooked, man. I'm freaking cooked in more ways than one. I haven't eaten a goddamn thing. I ate one little tiny ass, what is this? Otis Spunkmeyer blueberry muffin today. And that was it. No shit, 68 known species. I think in the lake I was just fishing, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7, and one of those is trout that are stocked. They're not natural, and they're not there in the summertime because the water gets so hot it kills them. Yeah, I believe they were in the either 2 or 3. I think they might have been 3, but it might have been 2. One of them, but you'll hear me if you scroll through. I'll be sitting up against a rock wall, and I'll actually, you'll hear me in the video asking if people know them. What they are. Let's see. Wait, what'd you say? Trash truck in front of me? No, that's a semi. Yeah, they're towards the towards the end of the stream. I think it was either 2 or 3. I think 2 is where I got the bass. It might have been 2, but I know it was definitely 2, and probably towards the beginning of 3. Oh, now this little douchebag speeds up. What a fucking asshole. I was doing 55 and almost ran him over. And then he speeds up as I start going past him. California, man, our fucking traffic laws out here are so stupid. The speed limit here is 70 miles an hour. But because I got the boat behind the truck, I gotta go 55. There's a what? 80-pound what? All right, 570. Yeah, they should be in there somewhere. It's either in the beginning of take 3 or towards the end of take 2. Actually, I think it was closer to take 3 because take 2 is the one that cut out when the wife was texting me. Man, I am so freaking hungry. I gotta eat the ass out of a dead moose right now. I'm so hungry. I have not eaten in over 24 hours. That's my stupid fault. I should have had breakfast before I left the house this morning. I didn't get any sleep, and when the alarm went off and I snoozed 2 or 3 times, I woke up and rushed out of the house and didn't even eat breakfast. And I don't know why it keeps cutting out. It normally does not cut out going through this area. Does not cut out going through this area. There's a cell tower up here again. I can see it. So, oh shit! You know what? To be honest, there's 100% chance that those live streams are still set to private. Because when you do a live stream and you end the live stream, for some reason YouTube defaults to private, and you got to go back into the settings and edit that live stream to show public. And I did not do that today. So what I'll do is when I get home, I will switch that setting so they are public. They're uploaded, they're on there. They're just not visible yet for some stupid reason. And I think YouTube needs to, YouTube, if you're listening, hello YouTube, we're talking to you. I think what YouTube needs to do is let the individual YouTube streamer select whether they want their automatic public or private distinction when they end their live videos. So I can go in there and click keep all my live videos public and not have to worry about it, you know? Because now you gotta remember on every single one, if you don't do it, it's not going to show up. They also need to add a feature where you can take past live streams and instead of having to download the entire live stream to your computer and re-upload it to play it again. They need to make it so you can just do a rework it, or like a replay of it. Yeah, it's such a simple adjustment to make on their part, Like a bunch of their settings could just be a one and done. So anybody that's ever put out a YouTube video, whether it be a live stream, a long form, or a short, knows that you got to go into the section when you're posting and doing your description and all that and choose, is it made for kids, yes or no? We should be able to click no, my videos are not for kids one time and keep that default setting. We should be able to go onto our live streams one time and say, upload my live stream as a public video. If you want to change one video here and there, then you should have to go in and set the settings on that particular video. But that's just my bullshit rant. So, all right, guys, as soon as I make this right-hand corner, the helicopter's lit up on top of the gas station. There's nobody behind me. I'll go slow. So, the lights wash it out. Dang it. Let me see if we can get a better shot of it. No, well, you can kind of see inside of it's all lit up green. It looks so bitchin' with the naked eye. But that's why gas is $6 a gallon right there. It's $6 for the cheap stuff. Like the low grade, what is it, 87 or whatever. And then the mid grade is $6.29. And the premium, or whatever they call it, is freaking $6.49. And then diesel is up over almost $7. But you got 2 exits down the freeway to the Indian casino, and gas is $4. I think it was $4.20 today when I drove by there. Yeah, $6, man. That's for like the, you know how they have 3 different grades. They have the regular, the medium, the mid grade, and the premium. The regular, the low grade, cheap bullshit gas is $6 a gallon there. The good shit is almost $7. It's what did it say? $6.59. But if you use if you pay cash, you pay what the price on the pump says. If you use a card, like even your debit card, you pay 20 cents extra per gallon. So that's $6 if you use that's cash price. If you use a card of any sort, any kind of plastic, doesn't matter if it's your ATM debit card or your American Express Black, they tack an extra 20 cents on. So, you guys see that big, long, solid brown line out there in the desert in front of us? That's the border. It would be $4.20. Yeah, I think it is $4.20 at the Indian gas station. So, and then $4.40 if you use a credit card. Now, the Indian gas station, they're cool about it. They realize that the vast majority of Americans nowadays use your ATM card for the majority of your purposes. So if you use the card that's linked to your bank account, the one that you go to the ATM machine and get cash, that one, then they charge you the actual cash price. But if you use like a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, then they tack on the extra 20 cents. Which to me, I think is bullshit. So, anyway, guys, I'm just about at the house. I'm going to go ahead and kill this live stream. I got to go deal with the fucking boat, take everything out, clean it all out. First thing I'm going to go do is go home and eat fucking half of the refrigerator. check on the wife. Good old Mrs. SoCal, man. I'm Mrs. SoCal, honey. If you're listening, I'm just past the airport. I'll be home in a minute. She's not feeling so well. She's been not feeling very good for shit since like last Thursday. And she went to urgent care today because she couldn't get an appointment, you know, last minute with a regular doctor. So they told her to go to urgent care. Originally, urgent care told her it might be appendicitis. They did a bunch of blood tests, sent her from urgent care to the emergency room to do CT scans and all that shit, which apparently she fell off the gurney in the emergency room and fucked up her knee. So I gotta go check on that. And then they thought maybe, you know, they said, oh no, it's not appendicitis. It might be a gallbladder issue. So now apparently she's got gallstones. Then they said it was possibly a real bad stomach flu, which fucking sucks. Because if she's got a stomach flu that, you know, I can catch, any married person out there knows that if your husband or your wife gets something, you're fucked because you're going to get it. So, anyway, guys, I am rolling into town where the speed limit goes from 55 to 25 with 0 warning. I'm going to go ahead and cut this live stream. I'm going to go in the house, eat fucking half of the refrigerator, probably roll one up, might crack a beer, take a few painkillers for the back. I think I got some Tylenol arthritis, so my back, I don't know what I did. I fucked my lower back up, so gonna go deal with that, go deal with the boat. And then 570, once I get home, what I'll do is I'll fix those videos so they go public, and then I'll do a post on my community page so that everybody knows. So anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Appreciate everybody. Didn't hit my goal of hitting 1,000 yet this month. Got a day or so left, so we'll see what happens. But remember, guys, if you haven't hit that like and that subscribe, go ahead and do it. Watch my videos. I got my what can we catch on what stupid bait videos coming up. I'm probably going to take the next couple of days off of fishing because my back is fucked up. So I'll pick that series back up next week. But on that note, guys, remember, make somebody's day. Tell them to fuck off. Tight lines, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Hope y'all get your PB next time you go out.